let's proceed kung wala ng question on that. Let's proceed with network analysis naman. Uh, Tulad dun sa sa automated processing, meron din akong specific course before for network analysis. In fact, binigay ko to sa isang private private client na ang ang market talaga nila ay fleet management, right? So meron silang fleet uh, vehicles, and gusto nilang i-maximize yung uh, yung pag-manage ng fleet. At the same time, gusto nilang i-maximize yung routing, kung ano yung magiging route ng isang vehicle for a day. So yun yung, or gusto rin nilang ina-analyze yung historical route data nila. Uh, so yun yung network analysis naman. Ano yung network analysis? I think that should be yun yung uh, yun yung uh, yun yung mas mahalaga munang uh, i i-discuss natin, right? So uh, ano yung network analysis? That would be the first thing na um, so yung network analysis, it's essentially a kind of analysis that utilizes a network, right? And by by default, pag iniisip natin ng network analysis, usually just it's roads. So meron tayong, for example, uh, road network data, right? Meron tayong road network data, for example. Meron tayong, let's say, uh, mga point locations, right? Meron tayong mga point locations. And let's say we have a starting point somewhere here, kung saan siya yung siya yung parang ah, gusto nating sagutin, for example, ano yung tatlong pinakamalapit na uh, Jollibee. Let's assume na Jollibee tong mga to. Ito bahay ko, ito yung mga Jollibee sa amin, ano yung pinakamalapit na Jollibee sa akin, right? And yung network analysis, yung difference niya with other kinds of analysis is it uses the actual network to compute for travel time, distances, etc. Kasi, for example, if you just assume na yung as the flow cries na as the crow flies the analysis, yun yung linear distance. Pero in reality, hindi naman ganun, di ba? Hindi naman straight yung lahat ng roads natin. May mga lumiliko, may mga one-way, etc. So when you're doing network analysis, you include yung yung parameters na yun, yung realism na yun. And yun yung isa sa mga sa mga advantages of having good network data. So what can you do with network analysis? You can find the fastest or shortest paths. So for example, yun nga, finding the nearest facilities. Yun, yung favorite example ko. Nasaan yung 5 pinakamalapit na Jollibee sa bahay namin? Kayang-kaya mong gawin yun. Isochrone and service area analysis. Uh, Finding underserved communities. Yun nga. Meron akong mga ospital sa isang lugar, mga clinic sa isang lugar. Gusto kong hanapin saan yung best lugar para magtayo ng bagong clinic. I might want to take a look at first, nasaan ba yung underserved areas? Ano yung area na currently uh, nasa-serve ng clinic na to? Or ano ba yung area na currently naaabot ng mga fire trucks? So baka dun sa area na hindi naaabot, dun ako dapat maglagay nitong utility na to. Right? Uh, yung isa pa dito, yung opposite naman nito is yung parang hanggang saan naabot yung 15 minutes ko analysis. Right? Kung umalis ako ng bahay ngayon, in 15 minutes, aabot ba ako sa airport? Right? Very, very typical question. Tapos pwede mo rin sagutin yung isa pang connected analysis doon. Anong oras ko kailangang umalis ng bahay para makarating ako ng airport ng ganitong oras? Network analysis yung mga yun. Optimal accessibility analysis, ano yung mga accessible at inaccessible areas, optimal allocation. For example, dito, meron kang source ng materials, meron kang specific power plants. Let's say, yung pinaka-simple scenario na nasa isip ko ngayon is biomass. Meron kang mga farms na nagpo-produce ng biomass fuel, bagas, right? Mga husks ng buko, ng niyog, right? Mga ano ng mais. Meron tayong mga farms na kung saan makukuha 'yon. Pero kokonti lang yung mga, let's say, mga plants natin na nagpo-process nun or mga warehouses na kayang mag-store. So yung optimal allocation analysis, it's a kind of analysis where you have a resource, a source, and they have multiple possible areas na maging in a way, imbakan niya. So, destination, essentially. And you're looking for the most optimal way to distribute yung source mo to the different destinations. It's very useful to if yung mga tipong resource to plant analysis, right? Service capacity parang yung optimal allocation pero i-consider mo na yung capacity nung destination mo. Kasi yun, same biomass. Siya nga yung pinakamalapit, siya nga yung pinakamagandang puntahan na warehouse. Pero yung capacity niya up to 500 tons lang. So let's say 10 tons lang. Pero yung isi-service niya dapat ay 100 tons. So hindi pwedeng lahat sila doon pumunta. Kailangan maghanap ka ng next best na pupuntahan ng iba pag napuno yung warehouse na yon. Walkability or PWD accessibility score, pwede mo yan i-compute. And dalawang very interesting din, that's very new, and I suggest kung interested kayo sa mga interesting topics in network analysis, tingnan nyo to. Finding routes with green spaces. So instead of looking for the fastest route or shortest, ang hinahanap mo dito yung mga may dadaan sa parke, dadaan sa wildlife. Because there have been studies na tulad ditong finding pleasant routes. Dito naman sa finding pleasant routes, ang instead of the shortest and fastest, ang main consideration mo, ano yung pinaka-okay na daanan? Na parang hindi lang siya hindi lang siya mabilis. Gusto ko sana ay ang pollution, hindi maingay, pinaka-less stressful na daanan para sa akin. Because there are studies that actually connect. And it's very, very cool geographic studies na nagko-connect ng yung mental health ng tao with yung mga stressors na to. So parang sabi nila na if you see green spaces often, mas less yung impact ng stressor sa mental health mo as an individual. So merong gumawa ng ganong analysis. Ang idea ng analysis niya is kung lalabas ako, I want to be able to find yung most pleasant routes to wherever to limit yung stress na yun. So very, very interesting for me. So say, talaga siya, combination of both the yung pinapakita niya yung marriage nung very technical na network analysis with a more humanist approach to answering these questions. So very interesting. You might want to take a look if yun yung mga hilig nyo rin. If you want to do network analysis in Q, there are 3 main requirements that I've learned over the years. 1, dapat malinis tsaka topologically correct yung inyong network data. For example, the road. Right? Wala dapat siya ng mga topological errors natin. Ano ba yung mga topological errors na yan? So, for example, ito yung road natin, di ba? Yung mga possible topological errors ay yan. Hindi connected yung road mo. Yan. Yan. Hindi connected yung road mo. That's a top wala dapat ganyan. Kasi pag ganito yung data mo, hindi na makakapunta dito yung kung ano mang dumadaan sa model mo. Kasi may ano eh, may void eh. Anong gagawin niya diyan? So that's one possible topological error. Mga disconnections or yung mga slivers, yung mga ganito. Yan. Unless sa totoong buhay may ganyan na part ng road. Pero kung dapat ano talaga siya, magka-connect yung edge, yun dapat. Huwag tayong maglagay ng mga excess na ganyan. Those are also errors that we need to manage. Right? So, kailangan topologically correct yung data natin. Kailangan may complete attributes and information. So, for example, one way lang tong road na to. Or pag umuulan, sarado to. Espanya, hello. Mga ganyang bagay. Right? Yun, kailangan nating i-consider yung mga bagay na yun. Kasi what if hindi siya passable, for example? Uh, eh, yep. May way to check sa so yung question ni Tai, is there a way to check sa queue kung may mga topological errors? Yes. May topology checker si queue. Check. Pakita ko na rin para since natanong na. One of the core plugins of QGIS, and we'll discuss plugins more mamaya, is the topology checker. So si topology checker, it's a plugin to find topological errors in vector layers. So all you need would be to have a vector layer, right, like this, and then you just need to load yung topology checker mo, right? So make sure na naka-activate yung plugin na yun. Hindi mo naman siya ma-deactivate, right? So just make sure na naka-activate yung topology checker mo, and then mag-open yung eto. This is the topology checker na dialog, and here you just add different rules, right? Yan. So halimbawa, world map must not have duplicates, or pwedeng if you have multiple layers, pwedeng must not have invalid geometries, must not overlap, etc. So you can check for topological errors directly in Q. Wala namang actually dapat yan yung first step when doing any network analysis. Right? Yun. So dapat mas complete yung information. Yun nga, kung one way siya, dapat i-model natin yung reality as high fidelity as we can, essentially. Yun yung sinasabi ko lang dito. And lastly, dapat projected yung coordinates na gamit natin. Right? We will talk about coordinate reference systems mamaya, kung ano sila. So there are a lot of algorithms in Q that you can use. There are built-in algorithms for network analysis. There are also plugins, and we'll talk about plugins later. So very powerful ang Q when it comes to network analysis. Lalo na if you combine it with PostGIS and yung network analysis ng PostGIS. But that's yun nga, sabi ko, that's a different course. A very focused course in network analysis. Examples from past trainings. When I did a training with UAE, yung isa sa mga ideas nila was they wanted to see if they could create or design a 15-minute city using the data that they have and yung QGIS. Right? So for those who are not familiar with the concept of the 15-minute city as an urban design concept, created or essentially founded by, kalimutan ko sinong urban planner, pero I think he's of Latin American and French descent. Yung idea here is for a good community, right? All amenities should be accessible within 15 minutes, either hopefully by walking and cycling, pero if wala talagang choice, by driving. Pero the ideal is using just active mobility, meaning walking and cycling. Everything you need should be accessible with 15 minutes. So yun yung ginawa namin dito. Gumawa kami ng simple network analysis. Kinompute namin kung ilan yung mga amenities na available mula sa isang lugar within 15 minutes of walking, of cycling, of driving. And similarly, nag-compute kami ng gamit yung mga hospitals nila, ano yung kayang i-service nung hospitals nila. Kasi lahat ng hospital nila may ambulansya naman. Ano yung kayang puntaan ng ambulansya within 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, assuming normal traffic. Right? I had another training tuloy. I had another client before na yung ginawa naman namin, nag-network analysis kami, pero one was for dry season, the other is for rainy season. Kasi dun sa kanila, pag rainy season, yung mga dirt roads are unpassable. So, hindi yung pwedeng gamitan kasi masyadong delikado. So, meron kaming network analysis, accessibility when it's dry, when it's the dry season, when if it's the rainy season, syempre lumiit yung ano yung accessible areas kasi madaming roads na hindi pwedeng daanan. Similarly, mayroong yung nag-train ako with mga uh, NGOs that have doing interventions around the world. Isa sa mga NGO na yon is Action Against Hunger. Yung ginawa naman namin for them, they have hospitals that they provide interventions with, meaning may project sila doon or nagbibigay sila ng funds. And they wanted to know kung ano yung mga areas doon this is Addis Ababa, I think capital, one of the biggest cities sa Ethiopia. They wanted to know, saan pa ba kami nagkukulang? Ano pa yung mga areas na hindi namin aabot? So we did network analysis for them. Right. Other examples, yan, shortest path to several. Ito from the hospital to different households, gaano sila kalayo, service areas using both isochrone tsaka lines, right? So yun yung network analysis. Any questions for our para dun sa network analysis natin?